So, hey Scorpio, my name is Chris, and this is your beautiful reading for whenever you find it in 2026, I should say. Because 2026 is such a seismic shift year. There's your new beginning, my friend. By the way, check out your sun, moon, and rising if you want the full picture. And I also got a summer reading till September, basically, and the yearly reading. Okay, there's the Eight of Pentacles, a new beginning in work, question mark, a new job, a new career, something that makes sense to you, right? What else we got? Four of Swords. That's a beautiful energy, very important generally. Tame your mind, cultivate peace of mind. Don't overthink, don't worry. I'm going to come back to this Four of Swords because that's especially important for 2026. Fast beginnings, right? Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Seems like there's a restart, right? In the terms of your work-related energies, jobs, right? Career, something like that. Maybe a different way to make money. Is there something at the horizon? Five of Pentacles, that's a different energy, okay. Again, we got the Four of Cups, right? 3, 6. The Queen of Wands. Then we got Three of Cups. So that's a mixed bag here. Let's just see what is coming up. Two more. 3, 6, 7, 8. The Ace of Cups and the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot going on here, my friend. So the universe is handing you a lesson, something that you have learned. There's a new beginning and you've learned something most likely, and it's 2026. I talked about this all the freaking time, but this is a seismic shift here. I can't stress this enough. Totally different world in which we live in, basically. It's a new paradigm. It's the start of a new paradigm. So, and maybe in the last paradigm, you have been kind of going through some sort of dark night of the soul. This is here in the foundation as well. And maybe you are a little bit of hesitant, or kind of exhausted from that. So you're not really enthusiastic about what's coming. Why? Because you're coming from the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of an energy of not belonging or feeling like you don't belong, maybe feeling like you were ousted or outcast, basically. Maybe you lost some people. It's a big developmental cycle, the last 9 years when you think about it, when you think about the Pluto in Capricorn since 2008, but it goes way back, hundreds of years actually. It's really big in 2026. All these circles are closing, and in the old circles, you might not have been super happy, right? Maybe you were kind of an outcast. Maybe you were kind of misunderstood. Maybe you were kind of hanging in there. But you learned something from it, right? Maybe you lost people through narcissistic abuse. Maybe you went through abandonment, something like that. There's heavy energy. But it is kind of just the Five of Pentacles. So this is going to be over soon. And you got your new beginning. It's already here. It's kind of the aftermath, what you kind of still feel, right? There's your new beginning, and there's your new beginning work-related very quickly. Eight of Pentacles, new beginning with the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. There's a celebration here, and there is something not just work-related, but how you show up into the world, right? You're pretty much focused on your passion, that which makes sense to you. There was a time when you were suffering for your passion, but this time is over. You should take that cup that is handed from the universe to you, because this Page of Cup is referring to the Ace of Cups, right? And the Ace of Cups is all about self-respect, self-love, and, not allowing anybody to cross your boundaries, and not inviting narcissistic people into your life, not taking their BS, not taking the bait, There's your new beginning, work-related, but it comes together with a very hard lesson that you have learned about self-love and self-respect. And from that lesson, self-love, self-respect, there's a celebration going on, even if you don't really feel like it now. You just have to meditate, you have to do some breath work to release negative tension and energy. 5 seconds in, 10 seconds out. If you can do 10 seconds in, 20 seconds out, that's better, just really breathe out the negativity. You learned something from this darker chapter, but now this darker chapter is over because you learned something from it. And now you have to put it into practice. There's a new way of making money. There's a new way of work, but it has everything to do with you following that which you love and following that which you're passionate about. Queen of Wands is here. That's a very beautiful energy. There's the Tree of Cups. So it is a celebration, right? It is a good time for you to start something new. 2026 is the year where we basically lay the foundation for the next 20 years, pretty much, right? So what you're doing now, the life that you're building now for yourself, that is basically the foundation for the next step. And what comes next is you manifesting, doing what you love. There's the Four of Cups. You might not, there's an unexpected way of, there's a little bit of resistance to it, I feel like, right? With the Four of Wands. But there's an unexpected way of doing stuff. Kind of waking up in a new world, right? And finding your way around it. And very successful. The most important thing here, the key to it all, is do what you love. Love yourself, be yourself a friend, respect yourself. Don't say yes if you mean no. Don't explain, don't defend, don't engage, don't personalize. I say this pretty much in every reading, in 2026 at least, right? And then there's a celebration. But you have to cultivate self-love, self-respect, calming yourself down, cultivating inner peace into your life, right? That's the Four of Swords, that's breath work, that's meditation, that's a daily practice to work with your consciousness, to, cultivate that inner peace. And from that inner peace, from that inner self-care, self-love, being yourself a friend, you start your new career, as it seems, right? And that career is, you have both now. You do what you love, and you might make a job, right, that pays the bills, but you carve out time to do what you love and give that more energy. And this is where you're going. Ultimately, maybe there is a possibility to make money with what you love. Right? Could that be? And how would that look for you? That's a big question. Two of Swords, Four of Swords, meditation, breath work is super important. It is a beautiful reading, new beginnings, new job opportunities, and you kind of making what you love into some sort of job could be a possibility, right? Slow and steady, going into that direction, self-love, self-respect, freeing yourself from some BS here, right? Queen of Swords is here, clarifying that Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups frequency. The new beginning is worth a celebration, so thank God you're at that place, you're at that point in your development. King of Pentacles, right? You work, and this is pretty much the combination here that I want to show you. This is how it's basically presenting itself. So you got, on the one hand, you got the Eight of Pentacles, which is pretty much a good work, right? And this is an unexpected path. This is what you love. This is what you would say, okay, I didn't even know you could make money with that, right? I love this. we were kind of trained or conditioned that you make money with jobs that you don't like, but this is BS, right? This can come together. And how does that come together? You doing what you love, being yourself a friend, and giving that what you love more energy. Carve out space in your life to do what you love. And eventually you're coming to that point where you can merge both of these aspects, how you make money and how you can do what you love. The key is self-love, self-respect, being authentic, being true to yourself, not trying to fit in or not trying to appease somebody or not trying to, present yourself a certain way. Just show up authentically as yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. This is the Ace of Cups. This brings the way you make money together with that which you love. Clarified by, that's the King of Pentacles, right? So these 8 of Pentacles have the potential for the King of Pentacles if you keep doing what you love. And you might be at a point where you still have to do some sort of job that you're not overly enthusiastic about. Maybe you can reduce the job, a little less work, carving out more space for what you actually love, and then find a way to make money. Why not start a YouTube channel, right? Why not do that? It takes some time, I mean, we are basically, I think we got over 200 followers now. Yay! So I'm super happy about it. But 200 followers, that's a small channel, but I still love it, right? So I still show up, I do it. It's kind of therapeutic for myself. It's hopefully helpful for you. It gives you some inspiration. So it's just a beautiful thing to do for me personally. Maybe you do, I don't know, skateboarding and filming yourself or whatever you do, right? Make sure it's what you love. And it doesn't need to be on YouTube. It can be whatever it is, right? You have to know what you love. You kind of went to some sort of dark night of the soul to free yourself, right? This 5 of Pentacles in the past here, you got the new beginning up here with the Fool card that is heavily celebrated. So don't worry about the 5 of Pentacles. I think this is more like you still feel, but you're already out of this energy. And you went into this dark night of the soul, most likely with the Queen of Swords, to free yourself, right? That's definitively here. And here's the celebration with the 3 of Cups and a new beginning, work-related, bringing that which you love together with what you work, how you make money, basically. Leaving behind what no longer serves you, resentment, pain, all these feelings are just there if they are there, right? Don't try to negate them. And this is pretty much how you deal with that. Meditation, breath work, breathing it out, literally 10 seconds in, 20 seconds out. Do this for 5 minutes if you've never done it, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour if you can do it, right? And then the same amount in meditation, just sitting there, just, listening to yourself, allowing yourself to be. You don't need to be something, you don't need to stop your thoughts, you don't need to perform in any way. Just sitting there and allowing yourself to be. That's healing process as well. Very important. That's the healing process, daily practice, meditation, breath work, and then doing what you love, carving out time for what you love on a daily basis, even if that means changing careers, changing a job, working less, maybe, you don't need the big car. You need to do what you love and make sense to you. That's the key to success. That is the Queen of Wands here at the horizon. So yeah, a lot of healing to do, enlightenment. Yeah, you learn something about the world. And not everything we learn about the world is, happy and joyful. So a lot of it is just, you have to stomach a few things, right? If you learn a lot, right? Comforting lies are usually sugar-coated and everything seems fine on the surface. the truth, truthfulness, things like enlightenment, right? They're obviously not so comfortable, right? That's why you came from this Five of Pentacles energy to your new beginning, full circle here. But in 2026, you're finally starting with this new life, right? In self-love, in self-respect, in doing what you love, and slowly but steadily turning that into your career. Enlightenment, liberation, by the way, right? There's no need to hide behind a persona that you think others will find more acceptable. The real you is far more beautiful. You're not your personality, not your job, not qualifications or achievements. You are not your successes or failures or any earthly thing. Sorry, who you are is far more noble and precious than anything you can possibly imagine. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm and gentle rose quartz light. Feel yourself bathed in this healing energy until you imagine nothing but light. Let yourself be free of the restrictions you have placed upon yourself. You are a beautiful soul, perfect just as you are. So let your inner light shine through. It is time to free yourself from the illusions that prevents you from being all that can be, that you can be. That is pretty much, again, this combination, what this reading is all about and what is finally beginning to happen. This is the foundation for the next 20 years. So this is kind of a big reading. Check out the summer reading 2026 if you want a broader picture, or a yearly reading of 2026. I think this is going to be super interesting for you. How you make money, what you love to do, being yourself a friend, showing up authentically. This was what this card was speaking about, right? Not trying to hide behind a persona that you think others might find more acceptable. Just being yourself, doing what you love, and turning that into a way how you make money. There's the King of Pentacles again. And this is big, right? And it was upright, of course. I don't do reversals, by the way. This is what's at stake here. And you just go cultivate healing frequencies to breathwork, to meditation, and you go one step at a time. There might be days when you feel like this, right? But, you know, if you just show up for yourself, if you just show up in doing what you love every day and give that loving attention, you're laying the foundation for what you're pretty much going to do in the next 20 years. And that is a big, big frequency, my friend. There's one card for you. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time, and I'm going to read this too because these are really great sometimes. They totally give new perspectives. That's really nice. By the way, that's the Spirit Animal Oracle. A sunny meadow calls and Rabbit Spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren. Five of Pentacles energy, Four of Cups energy, right? Where you're kind of a little depressed and feeling, when is this going to happen, right? Rabbit Spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable. Again, not hiding yourself, just showing up as who you are unapologetically, authentically, and, you know, with all of your integrity, you know, standing up for yourself, being yourself unapologetically, and co-creating something new. You are being invited into a new life. Hello, 2026, right? That you have no experience with, but have no fear. There's a little bit of fear and resistance to it, but have no fear. It is also a time of fruitful and productive creation as you enjoy Rabbit Spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with spirit, so let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time of tremendous possibility. You might feel a little shitty right now, Scorpio, I'm not going to lie here, but you're going to free yourself from this very, very quickly. Just everyday joyful creation of what makes sense to you, what you love, and that will become the way you make money in the future, maybe sooner than you think. And if you need a day job to support that in the beginning, that's okay. You just keep going into the direction of what you love. Try not to hide yourself. Try not to pretend to be someone. Just be you and show up for it, for what you love. And then everything is falling into place. We got 2 times the Three of Cups. We got the Ace of Cups, the King of Pentacles, Page of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles is a good card as well, right? 4 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, self-love, self-respect, and then you're just, you're cleaning your inner frequency. You cultivate inner peace and self-love, and from that inner frequency comes your authenticity with which you create what you love. Queen of Wands, beautiful. And that's all I got. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. Check out the summer reading and the yearly reading, and now I'm shutting up. See you soon. Now, bye. Ciao.